Welcome to another edition of the Simpson Storm Coaches Show. I am Zach James, and we are joined here today by head women's basketball coach Brian Niemuth. Coach, how are we doing?
Great, Zach.
You've had an interesting week as we review from last Wednesday. You guys beat Cornell in overtime, 63-60. Kate Nielsen played really well down the stretch. How does she complement having to help out Stacy?
Well, she did a good job, and Cornell's a much improved team. They've got some very good post players, and we were hoping for a few more turnovers from their guards, and didn't make that happen. So as we got into overtime, I thought Kate kind of stepped up and took over the game, both on the boards and scoring inside.
What did you keep telling the team as during the end of regulation and during the overtime?
I told them to just keep battling, and I thought we were probably in better shape. And the big thing is we've been in those kind of games before, and so I don't think that affected us at all.
That was going to be my next question. What do you take away from Wednesday night's win?
I think you use it as an experience. If it happens again down the road, you're ready for it, been in that situation. Try and learn from it, and hopefully it doesn't happen again.
Absolutely. Wednesday night was a good test, but Saturday didn't go so well for the girls. You guys went up to Wartburg and didn't play so well. Shots didn't go up. What do you take away from that?
Well, you're being very kind, because we played terrible, and I'll take upon myself that I didn't have them prepared to play. Excuse me. I just don't think we were ready mentally. We didn't play aggressively offensively, didn't rebound. It just wasn't the Simpson team I'm used to seeing. So it was what it was. It was a terrible game for us. Wartburg had a lot to do with that. But the thing I was most proud of was the next day at practice, or Monday at practice, the ladies came back, had a great practice, probably the best practice they've had this year. So I think we learned from it, and we're moving on.
How do you guys right the ship from that game? How do you correct those mistakes?
Well, I think, as I said, part of it was my fault. I don't think I had them mentally prepared. So that won't happen again. We'll make sure that is taken care of. And then I think we learned that you have to play aggressive, and if you make mistakes, you make mistakes, but you can't play on your heels in this league, because other teams will take advantage of it. And I think as poorly as we played, as poorly as we coached, we were still in it for a lot of the game, and so what we have to take out of that game is we have to play more aggressive. We have to be mentally prepared. We got to be ready to go physically when the game starts. There's not an easy game in this conference this year, and I think we'll be ready. The girls bounce back great.
Last week is behind you. Now here comes tomorrow night. Luther comes into town. What do they have?
Well, like I said, there is no easy game in this league, and I think that the bottom teams in the league that were picked, 7, 8, 9, are so much better than they were last year. Luther brings a new coach, a new enthusiasm. Their players haven't won a lot of games yet, but they've played hard. They seem excited about the change. They seem to be playing extremely hard on the court. So we've got to match that intensity. And again, we've got to be aggressive and get after them.
Well, Coach, good luck tomorrow night and this weekend.
Well, hopefully it turns out better than it did Saturday.
Hopefully it turns out better than last week, absolutely. For the Simpson Storm Coaches Show, I'm Zach James.